Today is Saturday, August the 24th, 2013, and this is, what is this, 18? I think the last one was 17.
Yeah, it's 18.
This is the 18th episode of the Worf cast.
Of which 13 are up.
Are they?
Yeah. There was 13 or 12, or 12 up. This will be 13,
So
but we're missing like 4. But
we up our hosting.
No, I can actually go probably put those back on. I just haven't, so. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So they're all on. You can find them through iTunes, searching through iTunes. Well, if you're listening to this, you've already found it. So.
Yeah. But if you need to send a link out or anything, it's at deanandworf.podbean.com. And it'll take you straight to the page, and it's got all of our all the shows. And leave a comment, tell a friend.
Yeah.
On the iTunes page, please leave a comment.
Yeah.
Rate it. Let me crack that top 500,000 podcast. Son.
Yeah.
I just want to be like 499,000 and like 99. You know what I'm saying?
That would be pretty badass.
You know, that'd be great.
To be the half millionth most listened to podcast in the world.
Right. As long as Adam Carolla can keep taking stuff from us, I'm happy with that.
Oh yeah.
You know?
As long as we can supply the masses with.
I like to think Riley Cooper took that from us too. You know, with the whole Nigerian talk.
I don't know. I claim no.
No ownership.
I claim no link to Riley Cooper.
Or
Kenny Chesney for that matter.
Or exactly. Or short girl with cowboy boots that her feet probably smell like a leather glove. You know, like
a wet leather glove.
Oh God, dude! Like those pink toenails are starting to peel back a little bit.
What
leather.
did she say? Ow! Or she says, "Wow!" or something after Riley Cooper says what he said. Is that who you're talking about?
Oh yeah. That's right. No, I'm not. I'm just making up things.
Oh, okay. All right. And we got Josh here sitting in again.
Yep. He doesn't have a Twitter handle, so just tweet us if you want to holler at him.
Yeah,
indeed.
He's one of those people that
he's been on before in previous podcasts, probably 2 or 3 by now.
Yeah,
I've done a couple.
Yeah. So actually, I'm gonna slide this just a little bit more. So anyway,
well, that puts you kind of far from it.
Well, my voice carries. You know, it's a carrying voice.
All right,
but be a good filler.
My voice is so big I gotta carry it in a wheelbarrow.
Yeah. So. Yeah.
Well, I mean, because usually it's my balls.
I wanted to open the show up talking about shower farts.
Wheelbarrow.
And the what happens when you pass gas in the shower, and like this morning I had an instance where it was just a kind of blow, like one of those, just a good air push, if you will, And
so apparently you had a good night last night, and you were feeling kind of loose, and
yeah, it's very loose.
It didn't reverberate.
No,
put out a little 5 o'clock whistle.
Yeah. Yes. Flintstone style.
Uh-huh.
But anyway. So I started
thinking...
And
then you turned around to smell it.
Yeah.
You did, didn't you?
Well, yeah, the steam kind of rose up around me, and it was kind of reminding me like of an old Batman flick where they throw a smoke bomb down, and it just kind of surrounds you, and then he disappears or some shit.
Just like that.
Yeah. That made me think of, the Iraqis in the late 80s, mid-80s, of getting gassed by Saddam. I figured that's had probably a similar smell to what I went through this morning in my shower.
Yeah,
so.
I'm sure it was identical.
But we've all done it. We've all done that. Come on, tell me.
Anybody listening that says, "Ew, what are they talking about? That's gross."
Farting in the station.
I don't know how many Valley girls we have listening, but any of you that said that, you're lying.
Change the station.
You're lying.
And we know it.
And everybody knows it.
That's right.
You're not fooling everybody. And by the way, your shit does stink.
It always will.
All right?
It will always stink, especially if you're having kale shakes and shit from on it. It's gonna fucking stink. It's gonna come out a little chummy.
Oh, kale eating ass.
Oh, fucking chicken and dumplings in the toilet looking ass.
Oh, kale face trout. So what we got a list formulated. Oh, we gotta have I guess we might as well open. Well, I guess we've already opened, but we
open with shower farts. So
no,
I figured we could tie in fucking bathroom shit, like public bathroom shit.
There's a few things we need to do. We need to have a reoccurring, consistent opening to the show, like music or something or whatever. Have Josh record something or just anything. And then secondly, we need to have, like drops for segments.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically, this Kenny's voice memos or Kenny's cell phone voice memos.
Yeah. So, damn it, I didn't even have that queued up.
So on the last show, we introduced a new segment, that being listen to Kenny's voice memos, and
we narrowed them down this time instead of listening to him for the first time and figuring out what we were going to play. So
so anybody that missed it, typically Kenny would leave himself voice memos for ideas that he wanted to bring up on the show, and
note to self: stop sneezing.
Yeah,
that's on the top of the list, and so we came to realize that the real segment would be just playing the voice memos themselves because they're typically hilarious. It's just like an unfiltered glimpse into Kenny's brain and the functions, the way it functions. So anyway, here's some of Kenny's voice memos.
This one's from August 23rd.
Yeah, I just wanted to figure out what I need to do to get my name on a injury or a disease or some type of cancer. I.e. Lou Gehrig's, Liz Frank, Tommy John's. Do you have to be famous? Because I don't know who the fuck Tommy John's or Liz Frank is, unless she's related to Anne Frank. But, so, maybe, I don't know if I could Google that or submit in some things to figure out, I wouldn't mind getting my name on one of those, Hopefully nothing, had to do with genitalia, but, somewhere a pretty cool injury. Some type of massive break or some shit would be kind of tight, but anyway, that's all.
Some type of massive break.
So for one thing I noticed in there is I think it's Tommy John.
Oh,
he was a pitcher.
Pluralized it.
He was a pitcher,
right.
And he threw his elbow out, and the doctor that developed the surgery just named it after the first patient.
Well, I'm just saying, do you
John.
have to do that, or could you just?
Oh no, I don't know.
Okay.
But that just
does he get money? Does he get some type of endeavor or
he should get royalties.
royalties?
I don't know about endeavors, but he should definitely get royalties.
Tommy John, an unexpected journey.
Yeah.
This guy's the new Hobbit for the MLB.
Old Tommy John, look at where he's showing up. And then I don't
going
know.
into the restaurant business in the next month or so. I'm really looking forward to it. It's going to be a new challenge. It's all a journey.
So anyway,
and then Liz Frank, explain that one.
Liz Frank is a injury that Maurice Jones-Drew had of the Jacksonville Jaguars last year, and it's some type of foot injury.
Are you sure that's what it's called?
Absolutely.
Okay.
100% positively.
That wasn't just the reporter who told.
No, that's been the
Liz
whole
Frank here.
Put it this way, Adam
Maurice
Schefter tweeted out things that he's recuperated when they were in camp, saying looks great after the Liz Frank injury or surgery or whatever, So it's legit, son.
I wonder if Liz Frank was a linebacker in the 70s.
No shit. What a bitch name.
Yeah.
So anyway, this one's from August.
A guy named Kelly or Shannon.
This one's from August 7th.
Inflation apply in jail? If you were a gay dude, do blowjobs? Do guys get group rates for packs of cigarettes? A blowjob maybe costs a pack of cigarettes, but if you got 4 guys, is that a carton? Can you bust the rate up? Just saying, if you were already gay going into jail, if you already were into that, kind of thing, not that there's anything wrong with that. Is there a group rate that you could do for a pack of cigarettes? Just a question, that's all.
Yeah, that,
Because every gay guy wants to suck every dick that comes across his way.
Well, I figured it'd be easier for a gay guy in jail, though.
it's a straight mouth for hire situation.
It is, that's it.
Yeah.
That's exactly a mouth for hire. Netflix is going to do a documentary on it next year.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. It's going to be... 2014 is going to be the year for mouth
Mouths
for
to
hire.
Yeah.
Mouth for hire, yeah.
That's probably going to be a what do you call them? Like a column on Craigslist if you're looking for jobs, mouths for hire. You know,
Yeah.
like, you know, like
Yeah.
you
I
know,
think
strip clubs. Who else? What kind of industry would hire those types? I would imagine the drug wanting industry.
yeah.
Yeah,
There'll be, in really every segment of society, you can have a mouth for hire.
Yeah.
I mean, Monica Lewinsky, she could be the spokesperson for a mouth to hire.
Yeah, she could be a poster child.
Poster child.
Although I don't know that she was necessarily hired, but everybody knows where those lips have been.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was just one. So here's this one's from August 2nd.
Today is August 2nd. Idea for the podcast. Man gets caught again, second time for bestiality charges. How many people did he rape? How many dogs did he rape? Like 6?
Yeah.
6 rape dogs. Also, it's been the second time. He's also a registered sex offender. Was out on bail, and basically want to bring it up on the podcast. Does, after he gets out of jail or whatever he has to do, does he have to go door to door to like doggy doors and knock on the door and be like, you know, I'm a registered sex offender. I live within, you know, X amount of feet. Just an idea, but we'll look more into it. Go on Google before you go on the show, dumbass, and get your thing right. Bye.
Get your story straight.
Still didn't do it.
It's got to be the worst possible 12 days of Christmas, like 6 rape dogs, second time offender, one fucked up guy.
Yeah, no shit. Like we were talking outside before we started the show. Like also, like can he only live a certain amount of? He has to live a certain distance from like a vet or like a Petco or some shit like that. Like he can't be a certain like he can't drive within 100 feet of a zoo or some shit.
Or a dog grooming facility or a canine.
Which is pretty bad because those are everywhere.
Canine agility courses, which really are on every corner nowadays.
Like, could a cop just pull him over and be like, "Dude, you're way too close to my canine unit.
Yeah,
you're under arrest."
Yeah, what are you doing?
You sick fuck. What is
Driving
wrong with you?
slow by the dog park and
you know what I mean? Like, or like off in a distance looking into it.
That should be something, you know. It's like Michael Vick. He couldn't. I don't think he could own a dog for like 3 years after he got out of jail. Like that was part of the terms.
Mm-hmm. He owned a chupacabra. No, what is it called?
Chupacabra.
That's like the Mexican demon thing.
Yeah.
Chihuahua.
Yeah.
Chupacabra. Chihuahua.
You know, whatever.
Chewbacca.
Yeah.
This would be uncomfortable having to knock on doors like, "Hi, is the schnauzer of the household?"
Yeah.
They bring their dog to the front door and he has to explain things to them. And
he says, "I couldn't help but notice your beware of dog sign."
That's what I was just getting. He's like, how many of those does he go to? And they're like, actually, we don't have a dog. Shit.
Yeah.
Well, let me go and just tell you my story.
In the event that you did, he would need to beware of me because I am a dog raper.
They'd have to put on his thing like "Beware of Dad" or "Beware of Owner" or something like "Beware of Human" like out in the front.
His rape van is a mobile grooming.
Yeah.
Dog grooming van.
Yes.
So
instead of like handing out candy, he hands out like newspapers and shit.
And doggy treats.
Doggy treats, yeah, exactly.
You know what? I bet they all dress like mailmen.
I bet he wears a collar too.
They all dress like mailmen.
Oh shit! High black socks. Yeah, I can see that.
That's what it is.
Right. All right. So this one's from July 29th.
Love me some July 29th.
Vito Stellino looks like Roger Ebert after the surgery.
I don't know if you guys know who Vito Stellino is.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I follow him.
That's terrible.
He looks just like Roger Ebert.
I don't know that I saw Ebert post-op.
No?
No.
Okay, well,
I don't.
We'll get into it. Somebody needs to pull it up, fast like. But it is.
I'm on it. Like
it's pretty scary, my friend. This one, I'll go ahead and play this one real quick. This is not one I'm going to play. Actually, this isn't this is something else. Okay, good. So that's the voice segment thing. But I liked how we just kind of broke down each one a little bit.
Yeah,
briefly.
I feel as though that went well.
That's the way we should have did it last week. Is play one, talk, play one, talk. I like that. So, anyway, but what was I going to say? Shit.
What was I looking up? Roger
Ebert's face. Yeah, he looks. It's like a. It looks fake, dude. It doesn't.
It's unfortunate.
Poor guy.
He actually ended up looking like.
He looked like that in his casket.
Here is Chip's Discount Music Outlet.
That's not at all correct, but that's his face there.
Yeah, it looks.
He kind of.
He looks like a puppet.
He looked like the puppets in the Genesis video for Land of Confusion.
Nice drop, dude.
Nice pull.
Nice. I was gonna say he kind of looked like Terrence and Phillip from South Park, dude.
You're such an asshole, Terrence.
Yeah.
You're such an asshole.
Yeah, right, Uncle Fucker. So anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, voice memos went well.
A lot better this time.
Yeah.
Much better this time.
Good.
So we covered that. Covered a mouth for hire, and also wanted to do a brief talk about why the fuck we can't get any denomination of bills out of an ATM right now, and it's 2013.
You know, I was talking to somebody at work yesterday about this after you and I talked, and apparently some ATMs you can get tens out of.
But
no fives still, but
the
you
old
can get
Bank
tens.
the Bank of America over in Fruit Cove, you used to be able to get tens out of that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen it myself.
But you should be able to get whatever the fuck you want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do not understand. It's 2013. You cannot get a 5 out. Fuck, if I want to pull $8 out, let me pull $8 out. Like,
Yeah.
seriously.
Dude, you remember when you'd have
I do cash back everywhere. It's cheaper than using an ATM sometimes.
when you're like 17 and you have like $16 in your bank account, but you can only pull out increments of 20.
I didn't have a bank account until I was like
you're trying to
36,
scrounge
so.
up another $4 to make it to 20, so you can actually pull the money. You pull your $16 out.
Ah, yeah, and
use
you're
of it.
Jewed over because you can't. you can't.
Just keep going because you can't what?
You can't pull out that 20 because you're
Yeah.
4 short.
Yeah.
And it's not like you can go drop nickels and quarters in.
No, but you used to be able to. Well, I guess you still can. You could take a deposit envelope. Well, you don't even have those anymore. You just deposit the bill straight into the thing. But
Right.
deposit $4. So if you have $4, you can turn it into 20. To get your.
So that pretty much just answered your question then, that you can do that now. So, but you couldn't back in the day. You're right, though. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, because you used to not be able to put money directly in.
Yeah, you used to
And
not
be
able to do
and
that.
it
you
wouldn't
could.
register.
But it
right
wouldn't come
away.
through until the people
They
physically
would just
opened
have
it
to take your word for it that what you punched in on the
Right.
keypad
But I mean,
is
that's in the
accurate.
last couple
you
years.
put
That
1,000
wasn't around back
instead
in
of
2003.
you
though.
put $100 bill in the thing and you ring it in as 1,000.
I put Monopoly money in, honestly.
Yeah,
Keep it correct.
that's
Yeah.
fun to do.
It's not a law like breaking thing or anything.
Yeah. I like going through the line at places, like ordering or having a cart full of stuff at a grocery store. And then
using
when
pennies?
I get up, and using pennies too sometimes, but no, just walking up with Monopoly money and nothing,
Being totally serious.
and nothing
about it.
more. Yeah, just give it, count it all out, make sure, and say that, hand it to them, and say that's exact change.
I pay in gum sometimes.
And gum,
Yeah.
yeah,
It's like, what? It's a pink 50.
Like, this is $100 bar.
1/3 the
Take this
size
shit.
of a
100
normal
grand
$50 bill.
Hashtag $100 bar.
that's not gum though.
No, I know. I just segmented it.
It's $100 That's what it is.
I'm sorry, did you say?
So, so that's just it's one of the many things that bothers the piss out of me. Also, cops that don't go faster, kind of piss me off. When cops actually do the speed limit, it makes me really mad.
Yeah.
Because I'm just like, so I can catch a light so that fucker can get out of here and I can fucking start hauling ass again. Because, anytime there's a cop, everybody slows down. And even when they're the fucking PSA guys or the school district cops, like, man,
Yeah.
tell that fucking wasp to suck a dick, dude. Jesus Christ, dude. Come on. Fucking blow past that motherfucker. Get a little adventure in your
Yeah,
life. God
or
damn.
at least
Haven't
get
it ever.
at least get the fuck over and afford me the opportunity to go past him.
Yeah, no shit, dude. Because he might be running low on gas, you never know. He don't give a fuck if we're speeding.
No, they usually don't. They usually don't.
So anyway, I was going to ask Dean about... so Dean's folks last Friday night...
Yeah,
car ran
so-
into their house.
Pull up the pictures. I still haven't seen.
You haven't seen any of them? So I'm going back. I was returning to work Friday afternoon, and it was like 5 minutes away on my lunch break. And my parents' neighbor calls me. Yes, a guy I grew up with, being I was neighbors with him for 25 years. And anyway, he calls me and he says, Dean, you got to get a hold of your parents, man. And I started, I knew my parents weren't home. There'd only be so many reasons Justin would say that. Dean, you got to get a hold of your parents. I immediately thought the house was on fire, like that it was burning down. And I was like, what, man? What's going on? He says, man, a guy just crashed his car into your dad's office. My dad has an office on the front of the house. It's like the first. It's like the room closest to the street,
and
basically.
it sits a good 30 to 40 feet off of the street.
Oh, yeah.
It's not even the corner house either.
Yeah.
It's that second house in. Like, how the fuck did that happen, dude?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Anyway, scroll that way.
I'm looking at him right now.
But yeah, so this kid...
and by the way, I just retweeted him on @GodSaveMyJags. All the pictures of his folks' house being smashed into. So
yeah.
It came straight through the side.
Yeah, so this 21-year-old kid, and he told the cop that he just blacked out. Now, the
Where
cop...
did he get the tree branch from? Did
Okay,
he
so
bring
there's
that from another yard?
there's like it's like a good 6 or 7 inch oak tree, man. I mean, it's like this big. Picture it looks kind of smaller, but snapped that bitch right off in the neighbor's yard. So we came through the neighbor's yard at an angle. Came, cross over the grass between the houses and into my parents' driveway, and then just like clipped the front corner of the house. And gaping asshole, and in my dad's office.
Straight took the whole corner out.
Yeah. I mean, it was wild. So they found. The cop found a bag of weed and a pipe in the kid's car. Okay, so when I was talking to the cop, because I got there, my parents weren't home, thankfully. And I got over there before they made it home, so I was talking to the cop, and he said, I was like, so what the fuck? What do you think happened? He said, the kid says he blacked out. The only thing I can think is he just took way too big a hit off his pipe
Nice.
and blacked himself out. And I'm thinking, yeah, I guess that's possible.
Yeah. Or maybe falling asleep, but even still, it was in the middle of the day.
Falling asleep, yeah, but so come to find out, my neighbor was telling me later that the cop said that the weed and shit was in like a golf club, the head, like the bag, not the bag, but a golf club.
Like the head of a driver?
Yes, exactly, like
Yeah.
the furry thing, that protects the
yeah,
driver.
Yeah.
In one of those, like wrapped up. So let me get this straight. So he would have had to have taken a hit, held it in, put all the shit back in this bag, and put it back wherever he had it, and then black out. Like when it was found in the in this like rolled up in this golf club bag.
So the
cover.
bag and the piece were found in there?
Yes, like he had them like
Yeah,
put away.
That doesn't seem like it would
If
even be remotely possible.
no, it doesn't. If he had it,
If you're gonna black
At
out,
least the
it's just
insurance
gonna
will pay for all
happen.
that shit. You can get a whole new section of the house built right there.
yeah, they're gonna rebuild. They're gonna rebuild my dad's office. Basically, they're gonna have to rebuild his office. But yeah, Kenny just retweeted a couple pictures.
I
and
just
I put on
just
Twitter.
sent out a couple things on there. So, but that's
But,
fucking nuts, man. Good thing your dad wasn't in there,
Man,
bro.
my dad spends.
Probably his whole day in there.
My
Probably.
dad has a steady rotation of his office on the computer, the recliner, and the front porch. And he just moves from location to location to location and spends several hours a day in each position. If he was in 2 out of 3 of those positions when that shit happened, he'd have had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Like if he was sitting on the front porch and all of a sudden there's a Camry there peeking out of his office. And
Hi!
yeah, or if he was in his office, dude, you just like you walk into my dad's office and he sits over here like on the right side of the room. Well, the left side of the room is what all came crashing in. Like this, he had a desk set up with a full computer with a TV.
Well, think about shit just flying across the room on impact,
It wouldn't
Twister
have.
style.
It would not have hit him. Shit would not have hit him But if he were in there, like, he would have had a fucking heart attack.
I mean, your dad's an older fella. I mean, that's a startling thing to fucking happen.
Fucking right.
Yeah.
Jesus.
You're fucking
I'm
right.
sure I'd probably, roll a little nibbler out of mine if I fucking
Roll a little.
Yeah.
I have to shake my leg a couple times.
That's not mine down there.
It was pretty crazy. But yeah, so
Reebok
they had the
marking
kid
it.
in the back of the cop car. They gave him a notice to appear. They arrested him, but just gave him a notice to appear.
Okay, go on home, but seriously, don't hit any houses.
Yeah, don't hit anything.
Was the car drivable?
No, they towed it away. It may have been drivable, but they towed it away.
It didn't look like
You know,
it.
come to think of it, they didn't even...
From
One side
all the
looks fine.
pictures, it didn't look like it. The driver's side looked like it was completely crunched down. I mean, at the very least, had a flat tire.
Did it?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Well, the
Yeah.
kid might have had the bifida and had like I'm having a stroke.
Yeah.
He might have had a
A
stroke.
little touch of the bifida.
A bifida stroke.
He got a case of the Stricklands.
Yeah, he did.
He got the old kniffs and took him a big rip and passed out.
The knips. That's damn. You have the kid's name? Because that might be my thing. If you
I
take too big of
don't.
a rip and Rick into a house, we'll call that either the Kniffs
The
or the
Hims.
Stricklands.
Yeah.
the Stricklands.
The McDouchen boggles.
No, I don't think I even got his name. But he was
okay.
sitting in the back of the cop car, and when I got there, and I went over, and the cop was like on his phone or typing on the computer or something in his car, and so the kid's in the back of the car and the window's down, so I said, "Hey, are you all right?" And he says, "Yeah," or shook his head, "Yes." I said, "Okay." I said, "Do you have insurance?" He's like, "Yeah." I said, "Okay."
You got any more weed on you?
So he has insurance. Yeah.
You got any more bud?
Yeah.
You might go get that real quick and
Yeah.
let's call it even. I'll hide it for you.
But Justin, as soon as the crash happened, my neighbor Justin, or my parents' neighbor, runs out of his house, and like the guy's like stumbling, getting out of the car. And
He's like, "Stay there, motherfucker."
there's a couple. Well, no, he wasn't like quite like that. But then we have a couple of.
We got a runner!
There's a couple of concrete like benches right there, like right where he got out of his car. They'd be right there, and. Justice like just sit down just sit down for a minute you don't need to go anywhere. He said the kid sat down, and then he said he got up again and kind of seemed like he was going to make a run for it, or at least that's how Justin perceived it. And so Justin just grabbed back of the back of his shirt and just kind of like pulled him back and like getting down to the ground, like just sit your ass on
No, you're
on
not
the
fucking
ground.
leaving, bud.
He's like
Stay
you're not
right
he's like
here.
you're not going anywhere.
If it would have been, I would have been like, if you do have illegal shit though, fucking get rid of it. I'll give you that. Dude.
Yeah, he said
I'll give you that.
the
I'll
cops-
let you not get in trouble for that.
I was like, who even called the police? He said he was just driving by. The cop was just driving by.
He saw a car inside of a house.
My parents' street is a fairly
You can
busy
see it
street.
from the road. Yeah, it's Powers
Yeah.
Avenue over there.
And there's a substation
Yeah.
a mile down the road.
But
Yeah.
a lot of people come up and down my parents' road and the adjacent road, and so.
Did he
a
see
cop
it from
was-
Powers
was
or the
driving
neighborhood?
by. From my parents' street.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, pretty wild, man.
That's nuts, dude.
And then it started raining. So, the tow truck driver gets there. He's starting to yank the car out, and then finally gets it yanked out. And then he gets his truck stuck
in the front yard.
in the grass between our house and the neighbor's house, my parents' house and the neighbor's house. And it's like 2 feet deep roots in the, the yard, man. He just sunk and
Speaking of that, that is so funny you bring that up. Did you see the sign on Hamilton where somebody did like a donut in their yard and it says thanks? They put a big wooden sign that says thanks across.
No.
Yeah, dude.
Where on Hamilton?
If you go down here and it's just if you're coming this way, it's just after the overpass.
Okay.
But there's like a fatty, like somebody just ripped through that grass patch and they put a big wooden sign out there that says thanks with a big exclamation
That's
point.
great.
I was
That's
like,
great.
damn. I wanted to pull up in there and like knock on the door and be like, that is fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Way to have a good mind about it.
Yeah.
But then I started thinking, I'm like, well, my truck is straight Baja style. They're gonna be like, it was probably you fucking prick. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Say, no, let's do some tread analysis here.
Yeah. No.
Just
'cause-
like it wasn't you.
Yeah, because it was a nice one, and I have decent sized tires on my truck that are like have a fairly aggressive tread pattern that it probably would match right up with it.
Yeah,
you know? So that shit was
yeah,
hilarious.
about this tread analysis. Never mind. Let's don't do this.
Yeah, let's not even do that, dude.
Hey, let's
But
take
it was. Hang on, real quick. Let's take a quick break.
That's funny.
Oh shit! We will be returning momentarily.
Yeah.
What do you want? What do you got?
I think so. I think there is some more in there.
Another banana?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like bananas, man. If you lived in Poland, you would save those peels.
There's a banana holder in there, and it should be holding some bananas.
If you lived in Poland, you would save those peels right now, so you could throw those at.
On the compost heap.
No, you would take it to the soccer game.
The soccer match.
Throw it at the.
That's right.
Throw it at the Nigerian football players. You know. So just if you want, we could probably start a fund for bananas, like a Twitter handle, even if you will, like a. We're raising bananas for the Polish people to bring to soccer games.
I don't know that I necessarily want to endorse that side of that really outward racism.
Yeah, you're right. I guess you're right. I don't want to either.
But other than that, yeah, I'm on board. Other than everything about the plan, I'm on board. Josh, did you find him?
Yeah.
You want one, Kenny?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Fucking Deep Throat 9 up in this bitch.
Apparently, I started a banana-eating frenzy.
Oh, of course you gotta give me the one with the fucking herpes and shit, dude.
Oh, that is a herped-out banana.
Oh,
Dude, look at my peel versus yours.
Yeah.
My banana was so much better.
yeah. That's kind of what got me in there, and I was like, well, Dean got the good one, so.
You know what? Because I got 2 bananas from the gas station last night. Pat bought these 3 or 4 days ago. Bananas go bad really fast.
Yeah, I do.
You got like a 2-day window.
There's no remedy for them, too, to keep them to last long.
Remedy.
I don't know that.
The song Remedy?
Black crows. Counting crows. Sha-na-na-na-na, yeah.
Yeah.
God, those guys are gay as fuck. Not there's anything wrong.
He just means happy. So shut up about it. Before he even starts, stop it.
That dude looked like a character from PCU. You ever seen that movie? Remember the guy with the little...
Awesome movie.
John Favreau's character, that's what I'm saying. He looked just like him, dude.
Gutter.
Yeah. Like, he's probably picking his nose on a corner somewhere.
That's exactly what he's doing.
He's like, man, sorry, man, couldn't go see George Clinton. He's like, look behind you, you fucking moron.
Yeah.
Can you blow me where the Pampers is?
Yeah. Fucking love that movie, dude.
Yeah.
He's like, Gutter, come on, man. He's like, you're not wearing a P-Funk shirt to a P-Funk show. You really don't want to be one of those guys.
Yeah, don't be that guy.
God, that's a great fucking movie.
Classic Piven. That was probably the first time I saw him.
Yeah, Ari Gold.
Definitely mine too. He was really good in, oh god, one of the action movies. He plays like a gay dude. He plays like the Sarge thing. I don't think it's
Rush Hour 2.
Yeah, he plays like the Surge character.
I just watched that
What
last
is
week.
Sarge?
Remember from Naked Gun? Or not Naked Gun, Beverly Hills Cop. Remember the Beverly Hills Cop movies?
Yeah.
Okay, remember the guy that they go in and get that last one they did where he gets that badass gun, the X1 whatever?
Oh.
He was like a painting guy in the first one. He's a gay dude. It's he was a pretty famous actor back in the 80s. I can't remember, but you know, he's from like Germany or something. He's always like, Axwell, oh! He's like, get the fuck out of here! He's like, no, I cannot! And he's like, Axwell, it's Sarge. He's like, you make it sound like such a detergent. It sounds so fucking... Because he calls him Serge. Hey, Serge, man, let me tell you something. You know, it's like, what is that fucking guy's name? Oh my god, it's going to drive me nuts. But Piven plays like a gay character, and it's fucking hilarious. They did mess-ups at the end. Oh, god. So, yeah, good story.
Yeah. That was pretty riveting.
I was going to say we should have jumped to my truck and go take a picture of that wooden stick out there with the Banks thing on the burnout.
Oh, yeah.
But, you know, another place to get really good wood is on Twitter at my boy, at Goodwood85, Ron Staub. He runs his dad's business After the Barn. They tear down barns and reuse the wood, resell the wood, and just if you need shit taken off your property, they'll come and rip it down and pretty much keep most of it, and they'll bring in the dumpster and throw the rest of it out. And
straight demolition, son.
Straight demo, also organically. You know, very green.
Yeah.
So anyway, at Goodwood85, or they have a Facebook page. Just go to After the Barn, and it's located up in Washingtonville, New York. And they pretty much work all over the Northeast. So all the way down to West Virginia, they drove to
Really
tear things down.
just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Jacksonville.
Yeah, just a light.
When he gets right down to it.
Just a light, yeah.
Yeah.
But if you were to make that trip, you would definitely make sure you had plenty of chips. And if you ever needed those,
You'd want to have your snacks covered. Before
you would have your
drive.
snacks covered. And if you holler at me at God Save My Jags, I will still send you out-of-date chips.
Yeah.
No more than 5 pounds, please. Puts me in a different tax bracket if I do that. Postage is quite expensive now.
Yep.
And stamps.com, if you ever want to holler too. This could be all about you right now.
Yeah, what we're talking about right now could be about stamps.
About in
Dollar Shave Club, get at me.
You know what I'm saying?
Get at me.
Zoom, zoom. You know what I mean? We could do that too.
Yeah.
But
Audible.com,
yeah.
where you at? We know you're listening.
But yeah, so anyway, Jam and Chips LLC. Anytime you take a long road trip, you need chips. You need munchies for after certain things you do on the way to that place.
Yep. Yep. It's true.
So it's again Jam and Chips LLC. Contact me at God Save My Jags or email me at kaniffbeer@yahoo.com.
That's Kniff Beer.
At yahoo.com, and I can set you up all day, son.
Yeah.
All day. Hashtag chip games. All you gotta do.
Chip game.
And Betancourt won't tell me, man. I told you, dude. You hashtag chip game to me, man. I'll send you some shitty. I know you can probably afford nice chips, but
send that address because you are owed some chips right now.
I'm trying to take care of all my debts conceivable.
He hit a chip game hashtag, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You are owed some Cape Cod, some Snyder's, some peanut butter, Nico.
And the shit's air sealed. It's not like it's like from last year, when he says out of date. It's just it's the shit that just came out of the stores because it just went like the sale by date.
Right, and just also, the peanut butter crackers are amazing, and just if you want to be cool, you want to be like Mr. Ed. They used these to make him talk back in the day, so. Nicot had that shit on lock back in the 60s, dude. So
Nicot.
Get down and hit me up and we'll get this taken care of. But I just want to say thanks to those both sponsors.
We're talking about Toasty Chi.
Yeah. Pistachios, sunflower seed. Anyway.
Mark the time on that one just to make it easier later when you're having to edit. This won't make quite as much sense with it having been edited, but
the 37-31 part.
Yeah.
You're gonna be like, "What did he say?" But if you really want to know, get at me on Twitter and I'll tell you what I said.
Yeah,
that's all you gotta do.
It's not like it was anything earth-shattering.
No, it was Harriet Tubman though. It had to do with Harriet Tubman.
Yeah, Tubman style.
Underground Railroad. So, no, wait a minute. What's the Underground? No, Rosa Parks was the bus. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
Push that fuzz.
I get that mixed up, from time to time.
Yeah.
But speaking of Rosa Parks, I wanted to bring up when you're flipping through the channels late at night and you see the church folks that, you wonder if when they dance and throw their walkers across the room and they've been healed and all that stuff. And I'm not pertaining to one race. I'm saying all races, if you know what I mean.
Sorry. That's something in my throat.
When they do that, they're fine right there because they're all pumped up. There's 190 people at the congregation clapping and dancing, and child, you know what I mean? A lot of big mamas there, and
clearly not pertaining to one race.
No,
no. But the thing is like the next day though, are they like fucking sore as shit or what?
They got a Jesus hangover.
Oh, nice.
Had a little too much of the spirit.
A little too much of the spirit last night. Ho, honey. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would.
Had the Father, the Son, and the Holy Hennessy last night.
Holy Hennessy.
Yes. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it just seems like people react because they think they're supposed to.
Yeah.
Right.
They get up there.
Paula
and they
Dean got railroaded,
and they think that they're supposed to. Oh, he touched my forehead, so I'm supposed to run around in a circle now.
Yeah.
Why? Could you not run around in a circle when you had cancer, and now all of a sudden you don't have cancer and you can run around in a circle?
I've seen this channel before. I know what I'm supposed to do here.
Yeah.
I've seen the holy
When's
healing.
the first person to not do that, though? Like, just don't do it. Like, just be like, dude, I don't feel shit, bro.
Yeah. I've seen the holy healing potion commercials that they show on TV, and people with 800 numbers just send me
That's a lot of numbers.
$5.
Yeah, can I get a handkerchief of healing?
Send me $5 and I will send you this healing potion.
Or even the handkerchief, though, it's got like 2 Jesus boogers on it, dude. That shit's off the
Jesus
chain, dude. Shit is off the chain, son.
Got a little bit of toe jam.
Yeah. Little grease off the top of the head, you know. Little Jerry curl. Anyway. Yeah. So.
We are, oh wow, we are, hold on. 5 days away from real, live NFL football.
Really? The first game's next Thursday? We still got one more. We still got one more preseason game.
College.
Oh,
yeah. College.
Sorry, yeah.
College starts on Thursday. Yeah.
College starts Thursday night. College football.
Oh, Vandy playing. Who's Vandy playing?
Oh no.
Is it not Clemson? I don't know. It's supposed to be pretty decent games though.
SEC football.
SEC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching a game the other night with Washington and Pittsburgh, and Jarvis Jones is every bit of that he was going to be, that we thought he was going to be. And guy was drafted like 18th overall, but
he is who we thought he is.
Yeah, he was really. He's got like a couple sacks already in the preseason, 2 strip fumbles, and all that shit, playing his ass off. And they're like, yeah, this guy is a badass out of Georgia and all that, basically. And then the next series, Bakari Rambo comes in and fucking puts a hit on Rex Grossman, one of their running backs, and knocks the ball out. And he's like, yet again, another great player out of Georgia, drafted in the second round or whatever.
Was he drafted in the second round?
Yeah, something
Rambo?
like that. 3. Yeah, Bakari Rambo. I was
He
was badass.
He
dude.
put it on the fucking Gators.
Yeah,
Man.
well, he's the one that hit. I'm pretty sure he's the one that put the helmet on the ball of fucking what's his name, dropping it into the end zone. We should have beat Georgia last year, all intents and purposes. And
Dude, losing that game cost us the season.
yeah, we should have been in the fucking
National championship. It should have been us whipping Notre
by
Dame's
strength of
ass.
schedule, pure strength of schedule, we would have been voted over them. But because we lost to them and they only had one loss, they got the tiebreaker. But we played a lot better teams than they did and had more impressive wins. Like that one at Louisiana Lafayette where we had to block the punt to beat a fucking Division 3.5 team.
Yeah.
Ugh. So, anyway, this year's going to be fun, man. Might have a little glimpse of Kelvin Taylor. That's going to be cool, seeing little Freddie T out there.
Is he? He's a freshman at Florida.
Florida. Yeah, Florida.
Nice.
And Amott Fullwood's, Quentin Dunbar got hurt, so Amott Fullwood out of Bishop Kenny is going to be playing a ton as a receiver there. 6'4" receiver. Badass.
Is Driscoll just had surgery a few weeks ago on something? Is he?
It was just an appendectomy.
Okay.
So he's like fine already. It wasn't.
Yeah. Speaking of which, my cousin goes to the hospital Monday night. He's got a bad stomach ache, and actually first he goes to urgent care, and they say no, you really should go to the hospital and get a CAT scan done just to be safe. So he goes to the hospital, has a CAT scan done, and they say well, you have appendicitis, so we're gonna open you up and take your appendix out. So they go to open him up the next day, take his appendix out, and they find it burst. And they determine that it has been burst for a couple 2-3 days.
Damn.
Jesus.
A burst appendix, you can die from.
Right.
That shit can kill you. And he's, kind of like Jason, he was walking around functioning with a cracked skull all day, It's like Matt was walking around with a burst appendix for, 2 days.
God.
Which is pretty wild. So
You walked around with a couple kidney stones, didn't you, at one time?
a kidney stone.
Oh, I thought they had a couple.
No, I had one. It was 5.5 millimeters.
That's a real
Awesome. It was the most fun experience of my life, really.
You
when it
pretty
gets
much
down
gave
to it.
birth through your urethra.
I did. I gave urethral birth.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Which
Yeah.
is probably about the same pain for not as nearly as long, but as vaginal birth.
Women who have had a kidney stone say it is like having 3 babies at once.
But does their kidney stone come out of their pee hole, or does it just fall out of the big hole?
It comes out of their pee hole, which then comes out of, eventually comes out of the big hole.
Has there ever been an instance where it rolled down into the big hole?
I guess it depends on the angle at which the person is sitting.
Hello.
When, when the
Like if she was doing Pilates or
When
something,
the
and
fountain
she
goes
just like
shooting
tweaked it
off.
out or something, like a little ping, ping. Like,
No.
what was that?
She accidentally
Pilates queef.
She accidentally
Pilates
inhaled
queefs,
it.
We're talking.
Oh, that's gonna be painful
Uh-oh.
too.
You like crack the mirror that everybody's working out in front of. It's like ting, like whoops. Sorry about that. You take an eye out.
Yeah, I've never had a kidney stone. It's the worst pain I've ever seen my dad in, though. He had gout for years and years when I was younger.
What is that? Is that citric acid or
It's
cystic fibrosis?
no,
It's a problem with your joints.
It's-
No, I know, but isn't it called cystic fibrosis too?
No, it's acid that builds up. You got me wanting to say urethra now.
It build up in your joints.
Urethric acid. It's not urethric
Your,
acid.
your abdominal?
Citric.
I know people get in their foot a lot.
Yeah, that's where.
Oh
it is.
no, it's Robert uric acid.
Uric acid. Yes.
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Uric acid.
Yeah, Robert uric.
So yeah, it crystallizes.
Once again, another fucking guy. I need to holler at these people. I need to see what I got to do.
He's dead.
Oh, is he?
Robert Uric is dead.
Has there ever been a documentary about Robert Uric?
I don't know, but if there
Robert
hasn't been,
Uric.
there's a void that needs to be filled, sir. The life and
Start
times
writing.
of Robert Uric.
I'm gonna do
Do
a
you know
voice-
how much the people are clamoring for that shit already?
Dude. It's high demand.
Fucking right.
It's totally trending right now.
Yes!
Yeah.
Robert Uric is steady trending on Twitter. I don't know why. It seems strange, but he does. Fucking Robert Uric. He's
Robert Stack,
Pimp.
Warwick Davies.
pimp playa. Bring it. You
Engelbert
bringing up
Humperdinck?
Robert Uric?
No.
You would think Engelbert Humperdinck would have got some type of kick-ass disease, like...
He just has a fun name to say.
He does.
Especially if you say it like with an accent.
You guys know who Eddie Izzard is, right?
Engelbert
Yes.
Humperdinck.
Have you ever seen Eddie Izzard Dressed to Kill, where he does his thing in
Yeah.
drag, dude?
Yeah.
I watched that again the other night,
Kind of
and
strange.
it's a fucking phenomenal stand-up. It's in like 1999.
Really?
It
Yeah.
is so fucking good, dude. And he's like, he starts it out with explaining why the fuck he looks like he does. Do you know who Eddie Izzard is? Yeah. I mean, now he doesn't even do it. I don't think he does it anymore.
Yeah.
He's been in like all the Ocean's movies and a couple like of those types, those scammy type movies,
Yeah.
a couple British movies and stuff.
Heist.
Heist, yeah, that's right. He was in Heist. I forgot about that.
No, I know. I'm just saying heist movies.
I thought he was in the Heist though.
I don't know. What was the heist?
The latest didn't they redo that?
I don't know. I have one question.
I feel like he was in. No, that was the Italian Job. I think. Was he in that? Whatever. What's your deal?
I have one question. Why is my Gatorade over there now?
I don't know. I'm just moving
I was
things.
You just moved it from here to over there.
I'm just moving things.
Yeah.
But anyway, he's like not gay though. He likes chicks still, but he's like a tomboy. Something.
Not that there
I
would be
can't remember
anything
what he
wrong
said.
with that.
Not there would be- but it was awesome though. But he's like talking about like what was the parents like when they were going through Engelbert Humperdinck's name. He's like Hefty back, shafty back. He's like slapting dang doting bon or like some crazy like he's like Engelbert Humperdinck. No, Engelbert shafty back. Humperdinck shifty wheels or something like that. Like it was like all he's doing. He goes, I don't know. Didn't you say something earlier though? Engelbert Humperdinck. There it is. It's done. And he's all talking about like he goes. He's like, so I'm from Britain and where the history is. And he's like where history comes from. And then he's like, and then at the end, like he goes out and then he comes out after they've cheering. He comes out again and does like a little 5-minute runoff, and like an encore, if you will. And he's all like, few things I want to talk about real quick. And he's like, certain things we all say different. Like you guys say, it wasn't this, but I'm like Jaguar, and he's like, we would say Jaguar, you know, or
Yeah.
you know, they like pronounce. We say things, they pronounce other things like way more properly and all that shit. You know,
More like an asshole.
emphasizing it. The
More
shit
like
out of
an
it.
asshole.
Yeah. And he goes,
A pompous ace.
right, and like we say Saint Clair, they would say Saint Clerc, you know, like or some shit like that. But anyway, he goes, but there's one that I like. My favorite is he goes, you say herb and we say herb because there's a fucking H in it. It's so fucking like the expression of his face doing that was just like so great. Like, I was like, oh, I don't know why I remember that. I watched that when I was in.
I remember that.
I was in.
too.
Oh gosh, I was in 7th grade when that came out. I was going into 8th grade or whatever, like around that time, and I just remember watching it at my mom's on HBO, and like going first, like oh, I'm not watching this shit. Like, dude, look at this fucking guy. And then I watched. I was like, dude, I like laughed my ass off, and I still watch. And that, even like 13 years later, 14 years later, it's still fucking great, man.
Yeah.
She's like ballsy, man. Just did a whole thing, and he was in San Francisco at the one that Chappelle, like this, like the most famous of the famous.
Fillmore?
The Fillmore, yeah.
Yeah.
One that's been there for like, what, 70 years or some shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, it was great.
What about the bifida?
What about the bifida?
I don't know.
What was there something I was supposed to remember about bifida?
I don't know, was there?
Is that the question mark back? No, that's scoliosis.
Yeah, that's scoliosis.
Your back's crooked like a question mark.
Oh, yeah, no.
Bifida. Bifida really is what you make of it.
Yeah, I just love it, dude. It's such a great word. You know, I came down with the bifida over the weekend, and just not gonna make it in today. You know?
I got caught a slight case of bifida.
Yeah.
I hope you understand.
I used to always use the calling in gay. You know, I'm just gonna call it gay tomorrow, dude. Just gonna call in gay tomorrow. We'll see you Tuesday.
I never tried that. I wonder, does that work?
I think
Doubtful.
I think it would be such a different jump if I actually did do that. It would be such a crazy life change that I think I would deserve some personal time for that one. Like, I need to just get some things in order and...
Look, I'm about to make a huge switch in my game here.
Things are about to get really weird for a little while.
I've been doing a lot of thinking, and I don't know.
I've really contemplated it for the last 2 years.
I need more, but I need less at the same time. But I am going to need a day or two to adjust.
You guys are more lucky that I did one of those days or two was on Sunday and Monday. It could have been Monday and Tuesday.
I'm supposed to try it tonight, so I'm going to need a good 24 to 48 if, you know, I'm probably going to have a lot of questions.
I'm going to try it tonight. Oh, man.
I'll call you after.
I might need you to come pick me up, too. Oh, man. You come get me after this, please? I might need a fucking blanket and a cup of joe.
A hug. Maybe a hug. I don't know. Don't touch me.
Not that there's anything wrong with it. Yeah. Sorry, Dean doesn't find as much humor in this as I do. I'm crying over here.
I'm sorry too. When I say that, I'm not really, but it felt as though it was the right thing to say.
It was the right thing to say. I was comforted, and we can move on now.
Okay. I suppose I spoiled that though.
Oh, god damn it, man. I've been thinking about, would it be a reach to try to get some of the people off the radio to come on the show?
Like who?
I don't know, like anybody. Like Blaylock, Jessica Blaylock or something, or Sut, some of their little producers.
Jessica Blaylock, which one's she?
She does the Rick Ballou and Frank Frangie.
I'm gonna have to look that ass up.
Right, but she's real, no, and she works for she does all the press for 1010. Like, she's always at Jaguars practice and in the locker room and whatnot.
Jessica, what?
Blaylock. She's awesome, man.
How do you spell Blaylock?
I don't know, man. Jesus.
Is that
E-L-A.
Jeannie Blaylock's daughter?
I don't know. I can't confirm or deny that.
Yes.
It is?
Yes.
It could be. She's pretty. She's a pretty girl.
Is it?
She's
She have
very
like
pretty.
reddish purple hair?
No. But anyway, somebody like that, dude. She had a great fucking interview with.
Is that? Is So is her?
She did a great interview.
What the F?
No, not at all.
Not
at all.
Alright.
Type in 1010XL. Anyway, she did a great interview with Mojo over this week. That was it was awesome. It was a nice 15, 20-minute conversation or whatever, about that much. And, it was nice. Like, Mojo was there. His little kids kept interrupting, screaming in the background. He's like, guys! Like, you could hear him, guys! He's like, I'm so freaking sorry, man. I haven't been here all week. Yeah, that's her.
That's her?
Yeah, that's her. But, anyway, she did an awesome interview with him, and it was awesome. She asked some really good questions. It was football talk, of course, but she asked quite a few personal questions. What do you think about this area? Do you like it here at all? She's like, what do you think about this probably being your last year here? And the way he answered it wasn't like he used to be. He'd kind of make it known that he's not either happy or he wants more money. He's like, honestly, the thing is, I don't want people to think that I take time off anytime I play. He's like, because this is a contract year, that I'm going to just all of a sudden play way better than I did before. He's like, I play every game the best way, the best to my ability, as hard as possible. So that's the first thing. I don't want anybody to think that I ever take anything off, because I hit every day. I hit that shit hard, basically.
Why does it seem like every year is a contract year for Mojo?
Well, because they franchised him, I think, last year, which held him for one more year or something. I don't know if they franchised him.
It's not the same thing, but
this is it though. After this, it's it. This is last year. The one they usually have an option within 1 year left.
I like Mojo. He's an instant Jaguar Hall of Famer for sure.
Always.
Yeah.
And he'll be in the Ring of Honor one day and all that, but I won't be heartbroken if we don't sign him, because he's going to want some big boy money.
Yeah, he will.
He's probably going to be on the wrong side of 30.
He's going to want Forte money. 4 years for $35 million probably, or $40 million. He wants 10 a year basically. He wants 9 or 10 a year.
I don't think he's going to be able to stay on the field and produce for 10 a year.
See, I mean, after today, I would agree with that, but after listening to his attitude about this, here he goes, I've been here my whole life, man. I've been here basically my whole adult life. I've been here for the last 7 years.
Yeah.
And he's like, my kids go to school here. My kids' friends all live here. I've been in the same house since I was here. I got 3 kids in school or whatever. I thought I was more the thing, he could care less if he left, but he's like, man, I don't want to take my family out of here,
Yeah.
But I think he'll have, if everything's good, man, he's 28. He's 28 years old. If he played he could play 4 more years here, and I think he could still produce. Fred Jackson produced up in Buffalo, 1,000 yards a year, 1,200 yards a year. And I don't know. I don't. It's such a tough thing though, because it's I understand both sides of it, but goddamn, dude. I mean, there's nothing to say that the last time he got hurt, he came back and won the fucking rushing title after he was hurt.
With as much as he's
You know what I'm saying?
done,
That's if you talk about somebody, you really think I'm going to be that bad this year, or you don't think I'm going to rush good this year?
with as
And we
much
got
as-
more options now to pass, so it should even open it up a little bit more for him. I think he'll have a lot of reception yards this year. I think his all-purpose is going to be unbelievable this year.
Hey, do you think Adrian Peterson used any kind of HGH or anything to help him come back faster?
Not. Absolutely not.
I don't think so.
Absolutely not.
He had the surgery done on Christmas Day or New Year's Day, and he was back in September. For the.
But the thing is, though, there hasn't been a running back like Adrian Peterson that came out of college and the hype and lived it all day on shitty teams and still did it.
He's a man-child.
Dude, I remember I watched him in Oklahoma playing when he was with Oklahoma. Watching him play when they played in the Big 12 still, and
He was a mother.
that motherfucker was I was like, damn, dude. I was like, if this guy stays healthy, he's going to be unreal. And in his rookie year, he broke the single-game rushing record in his fucking rookie goddamn year. I was like, wow.
It's what, 300
320, I think, is what it was. It was 275 by Jamal Lewis. Or not Jamal. Was it Jamal Lewis? Jamal Lewis played for Atlanta, right?
I don't know.
Was it Jamal Lewis? The guy used to play for Baltimore. It was a Lewis. I can't remember if it was Jamal Lewis or anyway, he had the record for a long time though, for 8 years or so, 7, 8 years. And his rookie year, he fucking just destroys a game, breaks it wide open. Wow. Fucking wow. So I don't know. I think there's just people built that unbelievably. Like, that runs Percy Harvin speed and outweighs Percy Harvin by like 30 pounds.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
You're a lot better than Percy Harvin.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, but I think when he's lean, he's like 230 probably. Lean, like solid muscle. And Harvin's like 195 probably.
Lean, solid.
Yeah, but he is a solid little fucker too, though.
Yeah.
Can't stay healthy. Though.
Can't stay healthy, though.
But I will say that I don't think he did, man. I think he's just one of those just unbelievable humans.
All the stories are saying that the NFL Players Association is pushing back really hard on HGH testing.
They should have been for a long time. It's been a joke for the last.
No, what I'm saying is the Players Union is pushing back.
Oh, to get it where it can't be tested.
They don't want to be tested for HGH.
That's why I get so sick of hearing this, like, Ed Reed and Ray Lewis shit at the end of, like, when they were like, Baltimore's defense is going to be so horrible. I'm like, dude, are you fucking kidding me? They picked up the guy from, the dude that was the other defensive end over in Denver last year. Damn it starts with a D, I think. Anyway, badass dude, a 15 sack guy a year, badass, like unbelievable. Doomerville, Ellis Doomerville. They got him. Then they got, they picked up, they just got unbelievable, like how people, and they're like, Ed Reed, are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, dude, those guys are so much slower now than they used to be. Like, they're not near as fast. Reed gets blown by quite a bit now. You know what I mean? And he's still a baller. Don't get me wrong. He's a great player, but he's about an average player now at that position. He's not. They're like, he had a pick in the Super Bowl. I'm like, but again, it was a fucking lobbed pass that was like, here you go. I could have caught the fucking thing with one hand. You know, like so. And you see how Ray Lewis looked. He played that strong for that long, for 17 years as a middle linebacker, one of the most dangerous positions to play, and stayed that most physical, other than running back, the most physical, fucking demanding, And there's not doubt in my mind that fucker was been doing it for the last 7 years.
Something.
All day, dude. All fucking day, man. I mean, come on. Because his face looks funny as shit, if you ever notice. He has a frail-ass little face. Like, he's like fucking,
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
He's got that
swole up
AIDS baby face. I don't mean that. It's just a thing from the past shows. Yeah.
AIDS baby.
Oh god.
Classic.
Well, anyway, gentlemen, I think I'm about out of time at this moment.
Yeah, man.
How about you?
I feel like we've accomplished something today.
We made a difference for sure.
Yeah, we gave today.
Yeah.
We gave.
People's lives are brighter.
We gave of our time. We gave of our knowledge.
I even gave before the show. I gave a bum dude like 50 cents in a cup, man.
Bum dude. 50 cents in what?
His cup, dude. I don't think he was actually homeless, but he kind of had that homeless look, that chicy, shabby.
I haven't seen a lot of homeless people with cups lately. I mean, I think a lot of them have foregone.
The problem was is that there was liquid in it. So
now they have.
My goddamn coffee took me 17 hours to make $1.61 to get this.
Now they have Square, so they can accept credit cards from people, so that they don't hold a cup anymore.
Yeah. They probably use those squares to buy singles.
New
It's
age
just
homeless.
a sign of the times, that
New age homeless.
They got. By the way, can you imagine going into there and being like, "Hey, dog, I got this square. Do you mind if I buy a couple single squares, like a Lucy?
Yeah.
Let me get a square off you.
Yeah.
I'll give you a square. I can pay with it via Square."
So my Twitter is @DirtyAngusMcGee, MCGEE. Kenny's @GodSaveMyJags. The show itself is @WorfCast, WORFCAST. And Josh is
awesome.
Kind of a loser and
All
doesn't
the time.
have a Twitter account for some reason.
Yeah, for some funny reason.
So
I don't tweet.
We would give Josh his Twitter address right here if he had one.
Yeah.
So moving on. So Josh, thanks for coming and sitting in on this one
Thanks for having me, as
helping
always.
to make a difference.
Yep. See you later, bitches.
Yeah.